Hello everyone, welcome to Minecraft, and today we're going to be looking at Minecraft doors. So, yeah. A lot of you may be thinking, people who don't know much about redstone, will be thinking, well, I know the doors. I have some right here, spruce, oak. I don't mean those doors, I mean piston doors. I mean, a lot of people probably know that. I don't know why I even said that introduction. But there you go. I'm going to show you some of my personal favourite piston doors. And what is this? Oh yeah, this one of the piston doors I'm going to be showing you. I should probably put it up. I know where it is, I will show you later. Right, so first of all, we're going to start off with the easiest piston door. If I can find it, it's over here. Right, this is what I would say is the easiest piston door ever. Actually, it just is the easiest piston door ever. Press this button, go through. Obviously, you could make the button hidden and do stuff, but this is a non-flush piston door. When I say non-flush, I mean if I place this here, there's a dent, so it's not good for like hidden bases and stuff like that. It's really simple actually to make it work. All you need 4 sticky pistons. The blocks that you just the blocks, which you can get easily. Then you need to put a block up here with a button on one side, or a lever. I choose button, but be warned if you do button, you'd have to put another button somewhere leading into this block. There's a redstone torch on that side, which powers this redstone. It may not look like it's powered, you could put a block there, it doesn't matter because it is powering this. Then that powers this, causing these 2 pistons to power. By the way I have done it, this won't work in Bedrock. In Bedrock, you have to put a block like this or there if you wanted to, and put some redstone on top of that and run it. This method only works in Java. But then, same thing on this side, then a button, and it works really well. So now, possibly one of the best piston doors ever. It's not my personal favourite. That's the next piston door I'm going to show you. But it's still a pretty good piston door. This. It's the flush piston door. Flush 2x2 piston door. Bear in mind you do have to be busy quite quick. You can't dilly-daddle with this one. But the way it works is it's quite hard to see now, so I'll take out this block. So what we have here is the same thing, except use repeaters on one 2 ticks. These repeaters are on 2 ticks, and then they're going here. This method's a way of powering. Again, it only works in Java. In Bedrock, it'd be the same concept, except you just use a different powering. That's literally it. But anyway, in Bedrock you can put it on top actually, probably. No, you can put it on top in Bedrock. Or actually you couldn't because it was side. Anyway, I'm not thinking about that now. So what happens is you have 2 blocks here, which these pistons are trapped. Then these pistons move the pistons and the block to the side. So it means you still see the pistons, that partly helps, but the pistons actually look quite cool. It works really well. It's good. You do have to rush quite a bit. If you were willing to make it a bit bulkier, you could do a pocket sender. But it's quite good. Okay, next we have my personal favourite piston door ever. It is the 2x3. Now, most of you will be saying, this is a shit amount of redstone for a 2x3 piston door. Most of you will be thinking, couldn't you just do, well, what any sane person would do and just do this? Yeah, it's really quite simple, isn't it? But no, because they're all good, but it just looks like, well, it just looks like 3 blocks going to the sides. However, this, I think, looks much cooler. I mean, obviously, you do have the slime blocks and honey blocks, that can't be helped. But it does just look cool. Doesn't it? It just really does look cool. Then if you do it again, it goes up. I mean, that is just cool. Bear in mind, for this, you will need, well, a long line of redstone dust if you're doing it like me. But also you will need to have been to the Nether or just being creative for this, because it includes observers, which if you don't know includes quartz. So what this basically is some redstone dust coming down here. You didn't have to have this block thing, I just added it because it looks cool. Then it runs into here, and then it goes, I'm just going to show you one side. It just runs into this thing, which this observer recognizes it. It powers that repeater with, well, 4 ticks, I believe, which then powers this once, which moves, because it's a 1 tick. Does it work like that, actually? Because I know usually 1 tick, but does it work when it's like... Sorry, this has never crossed my mind. Does it actually do that? No, it doesn't. So it doesn't do that. Why do we have that then? I don't know. But this pushes it up just long enough for this repeater recognizes it. It goes into that block, which therefore quasi connectivity, because that moves, this recognizes it. I think. I don't really know. But anyway, so that will power this block. This block will then in turn power this piston. That will power this piston. And then when it's all the way up, it will power this. And then power that, pushing it all the way to the top. Then, bear in mind for this build, I'd advise using a button because it works much better. If you use a lever, it would still work, but every now and then it would break, and then you wouldn't have to fix it. You just have to pull the lever a few times and it fixed. But I like this using a button more, and it just looks smarter when you do a button, honestly. But this is probably my second favorite door. Actually, I'm sorry, it isn't the best for visual effects because the button's all the way down there. But this is a 3x3 piston door. Now, sadly, for some absurd reason, I don't actually know how to make a 3x3 piston door. I know it's absurd. I'm teaching you YouTube about redstone, and I don't even know how to make a 3x3 piston door. I mean, that's insane. But I'm still going to do it because who cares? But this. It's the same thing, except on 3 times. See, the method that was actually quite fun. See, the method that I had last time with the other type of piston door, like the 2x3, is that I had them so this was going like that, so the observer was facing that, and this was going like that. When you want to stack it 3 times, you have to do it like this, or any amount of times really. You can make it actually. Anyway, but by the way, if you don't know this is a triple piston extender design. Yeah, it's quite cool. I think very compact actually, but it's very simple 3x3 piston door. Actually, it's just a really nice design. I really do like it actually. And I've just realised something. This can push back, can't it? So if you wanted to, you could have this. That would be like, well, you wouldn't be on the inside. If you were on the inside like now, it'd just look a bit weird, but you could have a roof up there. And then when you press this, it comes down onto the floor. That's actually quite cool. I've never thought of that because I've always put like obsidian there just to stop it, you know. It's actually a pretty cool idea. I never thought of that. But anyway, it's really cool, really simple. You do need to go to a nether for it if you're going to survival, but very good. And I believe that concludes the video. If you have any questions about anything, please write it down in the comments section. And I hope you enjoy. Goodbye.